This is my Vietnam assessment. I've gathered research on an American Vietnam veteran named Colin Powell. He was born in New York City and joined the Reserve Officers Training Corps and was commissioned as a second lieutenant in the U.S. Army after graduation. Powell served 2 terms in Vietnam from 1962 to 63 and 1968 to 69. In his first tour, Powell was wounded by a trap near the Vietnamese border with Laos. After his injury, he was awarded the Purple Heart. Later, he was also given the Bronze Star. In his second tour, he was wounded in a helicopter crash and still managed to help other soldiers. For this, he was given the Soldier's Medal. He oversaw the December 1989 intervention in Panama to oust dictator Manuel Noriega, which is shown in the map. He also patrolled the Viet Cong-held areas, which were established in North Vietnam, also shown on the map in the next page. While he was not in Vietnam at the time of the My Lao massacre, his job charged him with a lot of responsibilities surrounding it. Here's the map of the 5 points that were very important to his tour. The American policy of Vietnamization allowed Powell to leave the war after a second tour. According to America's Vietnam Ordeal, President Nixon cut U.S. troops' strength in Vietnam nearly in half. Vietnamization was the U.S. policy of withdrawing troops from the war. It was very important to many soldiers and their families, and the war was widely protested. When the president worked on this policy and withdrew troops gradually, many of the soldiers got to go home earlier than they would have. Here's the bibliography of the 3 sources I used to research Colin Powell.